Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Wax Warm Up. This is a series I'm doing where I focus on one vendor for a given week and then come back and share my thoughts. Today is Thursday, January 28th, 2021, and we have snow on the ground here in Southwest Ohio, which always makes me very happy. So this week I'd like to share my thoughts about the Bathing Garden, which is one of my favorite vendors, and I've been buying from this vendor for about 3 years. The owner is Shannon, and Shannon has excellent customer service. She does have a Facebook group. I'm not part of Facebook, but I understand that she's active on there. I have always found her very quick to respond when I've written her emails with questions, very pleasant, always very thorough in answering any of my questions. So I'm going to talk a little bit about both her wax tarts and her body care, because she does both lines. So first of all, the wax she does in clamshells and also in very adorable different shapes. So her clamshells, she does both the typical type that we're all used to from many different vendors, and she also does huge clamshells. I don't have an example of it, but they're much larger, maybe, I don't know, 8 ounces. They're quite long and flatter, and that's in some of her best-selling scents. She does adorable shapes such as pumpkins or rabbits, different seasonal fun shapes, and she also does samples, and very generous with her samples. So she does collections during the different seasons, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But you can often order, she'll offer a sample bag with samples from the next collection to come. And this is a great way to try out scents from an upcoming collection that you might not otherwise be familiar with, rather than ordering all the clamshells right off the bat when you may not know the scents. In addition, with almost every order, I have always gotten a bag of samples. Shannon is very, very generous with her samples, and I love those because they're often in some of my favorite scents, and then you have a number of samples to try. That is so generous of vendors. They don't have to give us any samples, let alone a bag of them. I'd like to mention too, the cost of her typical clamshells is $3.95, which is really very reasonable and less than many other vendors are charging. So for a vendor of this quality to be also so affordable, I think it's pretty outstanding. Shannon also does body care, and I think she is probably widely known for her sugar scrubs. I love sugar scrubs, and I always come back to the Bathing Garden as the best sugar scrubs. The granules are just the perfect size and consistency, that they don't melt away so quickly, and they're also not so huge that they're too grating on the skin. Perfect for exfoliation, and then they gradually melt away as you bathe. But they are just wonderful. Her scrubs come in a tub, and this is actually the lotion, so it's a somewhat taller and smaller tub than the sugar scrubs, which are like the scoop tubs that a lot of the vendors use for scoopable wax. But I love that shape. It's easy to dip into. So those are the sugar scrubs. She also has salt scrubs. She has shea oil and coconut scrubs. She also does lotions. So I have 2 examples of the body lotions here. The first is in Calypso, which is from the Take Me to the Sea collection. I love this scent. It's driftwood based. And the other one is Coconut Crystal Cake, which I like very well as well. It's like a white cake with a touch of coconut and sweet. Very nice. And these are extra creamy, just luxurious. I love her lotions as well as the scrubs. She also does cold processed soap, so you can get like a brick of soap, and they're beautiful, and also they lather up really nicely. So the body care is a delight to use, as well as the wax. So one thing that's really distinguishing, in addition to the beauty of her decorations, which I will show you in a moment, Shannon does seasonal scent collections. So and they're very dependable. She does almost all the collections almost every year. So in order of appearance, you'll have the winter collection that we're in right now, coming into the Valentine's collection. So, winter you get scents like mint and different fir trees, and coming out of Christmas you may still have some cranberry or the ginger peppercorn. Valentine's, she has things like raspberry, fruity florals, chocolate scents for the romantic time of year. And then she has the Alice in Wonderland collection, which it has tea and cakes. It has various light floral and fruity floral for springtime. That's also I enjoy very well. Then my personal favorite, Take Me to the Sea in the summertime, which has watery and beachy and fruity choices. And also she has at that time different seashell shapes, which I love. Then Circus collection, so the transitional scents, popcorn, taffy, caramel corn, caramel apple. And then going into Halloween, so she has different pumpkin scents, including charred jack-o'-lantern, a personal favorite of mine, different pie scents, blueberry, strawberry, and so on. Christmas scents, her Christmas collection is second to none. I will show you some of those since that's the most recent collection I've been melting. But she is well known for Winter Palace, which is a lavender minty berry blend that's unique to the Bathing Garden and widely loved. And then going in again to the winter collection that we have right now. So, and her body care will be in similar scents. So those collections are very consistent year to year. She may not offer every single one every single year, and she will often bring new variants to a given collection. So there's something new within our old familiar favorites as well. So let's talk a little bit about her wax. It is a Paris soy blend, first of all, and to me it's a bit on the harder side. So in my home, I have found that a hotter melter works best for the Bathing Garden. So I will use things like a hot plate or an element warmer, like Scentsy has the element warmers, but I don't prefer the bulb warmers for this wax. And my favorite type of melter to use with the Bathing Garden is a tea light. It just seems to bring out the scent well, and I get really great longevity that way. One unique characteristic of the Bathing Garden, and I will show you in numerous examples here, but her decorations are unparalleled. So if you look at a clamshell like this, which is Cindy Lou Who, and this is a fun, fruity, candy-esque kind of scent. Look at those decorations, and then she'll have these embeds, in this case a lollipop, and that one's made of wax. Sometimes she'll have an embed that's made of a button or different plastic, and I have some examples. I've been saving these for years. So within the wax, and always beautifully glittered, so you may get these, I have a collection of little characters that I've kept from different Bathing Garden clamshells and shapes. So you might get a tiny little mushroom. I don't know how well that's focusing. Let's see. Well, I won't belabor that, but a tiny mushroom from Cranberry and Fig, which was a Christmas scent, a tiny bell. It's a real bell made of metal. Then from, this is from the Alice collection, Summer Cream Pudding, a tiny little hat, tiny little plastic hat. I think that's focusing. I apologize if it's not focusing that well. That Summer Cream Pudding is lime zest, strawberry, and custard. Oh, so good. Then from Russian Ice Bath, which I melted very recently, look at this tiny little snowflake. So this is made of plastic. And then I'll show you one more, maybe two. Okay, this was from Mrs. Cratchit's, I believe this was from, no, this is from, it's exactly 2 hours late, 2 hours slow, which is from the Alice collection. Look at this little bunny, and this is a button, so you can see on the other side the two holes because it's a button. So that was in the wax. So just some examples, but to take the time to decorate this thoughtfully with this much attention to detail. I hear people say, oh, it's only wax. It doesn't matter if it comes all smashed or whatever in the mail. Yes, it does. We spend a lot of time with this stuff. I like it to look beautiful in addition to smelling great. So this to me, this vendor just goes to great lengths to make it be eye candy as well as delightful fragrance. The cure time for the bathing garden, I say a minimum of 2 months. I cure all my wax for 2 months. That's just a given because I think everything benefits from it, even the harder paraffins. The bathing garden, to me, minimum of 2 months, and it just gets better over time. And to me, her wax lasts. I had some that were a couple years old, strong as could be. A lot of people will say they'll buy just after Christmas for the following Christmas so that it has plenty of time to cure. So again, minimum of 2 months, and it gets stronger over time. Hotter melter, I said. Longevity, I get good longevity, 8 or 9 hours. Usually with a tea light, I have the 4-hour tea light candles, and I usually can use 2 of those and get really strong strength and throw in my home. And in a Yankee centerpiece, it may last longer there, but it doesn't throw as well because that's a lower wattage. So again, I prefer the tea lights for this wax. Typically, Shannon does not include pour dates or scent descriptions. However, I just write those on the clam, on the back of the clam. For example, I will write everything on the back, when I got it and what the scent notes were as soon as I receive it, and then I don't have to worry about it. Her website is very easy to navigate, and all the scent notes are there. So you can always find them. Okay, some of my favorite scents from different collections. I'm going to share those first, and then I'll tell you what I've been melting lately. So some of my favorites from the holiday collection, I love Russian Ice Bath, which I actually melted this week, so I guess I could go ahead and tell you about that one. So this was a white wax. It was beautifully decorated with glitter, and it had those little plastic snowflakes embedded in it. Oh, so this is peppermint, menthol, here I have it written on here. Peppermint, menthol, spearmint, eucalyptus, lemon, and vanilla. So a really bracing mint mix. This will wake you up and make you take notice. And then the vanilla and the lemon give it a little kick and also soften it a bit. The vanilla softens it. Gorgeous, and I buy this every year. Winter Palace. So this one also I have just melted. And this one, let me show you first of all how beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous decoration with the snowflake and then the different kinds of glitter. So this is one of her best known, and you can buy this in the enormous clamshell as well. So this is French lavender, winter berries, vanilla, pomegranate, strawberry, icy peppermint, tea, and pink sugar. So to me, I get mostly the French lavender sweetened up by the icy peppermint and the pink sugar. You do get that, and then the berries are noteworthy. So it's a little bit like Lush Twilight, but mintier and a little bit sweeter. So I love this. Everyone, I think most people love this one. It is well known, a much beloved scent from the winter collection. Another one which I have just melted from the winter group is ginger orange peppercorn. So those scent notes, that's self-explanatory. Look at the little peppercorns. Look at that. So you get all three, ginger, orange, and peppercorn. So beautiful. So I recently went back and reordered this. I got a few more clams of this because I just must have this in my life. It's such a beautiful scent and unique. That's ginger, orange, peppercorn. From the Alice collection, some favorites are, I mentioned earlier, summer cream pudding, which is the lime zest, strawberry, and custard. So creamy, and the lime and the strawberry together, juicy and beautiful. It's always tea time, which is a nice tea and cake scent, and the tea is just so mellow and beautiful. From Take Me to the Sea, which is my favorite, and my most favorite of those is Calypso. So Calypso, first of all, look at this. So beautiful with that leafy coral. How about that? It's just gorgeous. And this one, oh, I love that. I have this in the lotion as well. So this is sea salt, vetiver, driftwood, jasmine, and coconut. So the driftwood is the dominant note, and then you get the jasmine and the coconut together. This to me is the essence of a beautiful seaside summery scent. I love this. I have bought this every year for the last 3 years, and I will continue to do so. Love this. That's probably my single favorite scent from her. She also in the summer offers Take Me to the Sea, which is a watery blend, a little bit salty, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of floral. And then Salty Siren is another big favorite, and that's described as the saltiest margarita ever. She also has a mermaid scent, different orange scents, and beautiful shapes of different seashells. Then Halloween, no description of the bathing garden would be complete without talking about charred jack-o'-lantern. And here you can see this black wax, black glitter, and the little black pumpkin. Oh, so you get this pumpkin like a fresh pumpkin, but then charred and burned, that beautiful burnt embers. This is the best of all the burnt pumpkin scents out there, and I love this so much. This thing will last for days. Very strong, great longevity. So that's charred jack-o'-lantern. And also then she has white pumpkin, and her white pumpkin I think is better than anyone else's. So kind of the gentle, lighter, uncooked pumpkin, and then clove, cinnamon, and nutmeg. It's not like a cooked pie. It's very mellow and absolutely beautiful. So those are some of my favorites. So I showed you some of the ones I have been melting, and I have a few more that I melted this week that I will share with you now. So this one was Monkey Wrecked, this was a gift from my friend Susan Fitzpatrick. And this was tropical, here I gotta take my glasses off so I can read these. Tropical fruits, banana, sweet vanilla bubble gum, and coconut ice cream. This is really good. So I love anything banana, which is why Susan so kindly sent this to me. So this was like just the fruity, kicky blend. I did all of these in tea lights, 2 tea lights in my living room, and I could smell it throughout the house. So that was Monkey Wrecked. Next one was Exactly 2 Days Slow, which is a tea, it's from the Alice collection. So black plum, sweet cassia, which is a flower I'm not familiar with, but you did get that floral note, bergamot, resin, and tonka bean. So this one was on the lighter side for me, and it lasted about 5 hours. So this one didn't have the strength and longevity that some of the others do, but I enjoyed the nice plum dominant note in this one. Yeah, you really get the plum. So you plum lovers, Exactly 2 Days Slow. Then, this one is a big favorite. Mrs. Cratchit's Christmas Pudding, and I'm sorry it's all gone because I could have shown it to you. It's like a deep burgundy wax with a white icing and then a little holly berry embed. So this is rich cake, raisins, carrots, plums, brown sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla brandy. So this one was like the richest carrot cake, and then you got the plum and the raisin juiciness, and then that drizzle of vanilla brandy over the whole thing. Lasted 3 days. I kept reloading my tea lights because I could not get enough of this. This one even did great in a Yankee centerpiece. So beautiful. I buy this one every Christmas. Oh, it's just so good. Such a beautiful scent. And the last one that I melted this week was Leprechaun Moon, and you can still see the moon here. And this one is a mix of Sweater Weather. This is also a gift from Susan Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much, Susan. I have enjoyed these. This is a mix of Sweater Weather and Green Apple. So Sweater Weather has that kind of cottony, little bit musky undertone to it that I normally don't like, but paired with the Green Apple, I really enjoyed this. Green Apple, it doesn't have that alpha personality that Mac Apple does, and it sweetened it up beautifully. This one lasted for 2 days, really strong, and I may learn to love Sweater Weather yet. So that one also enjoyed. And then I did melt my 1 cube of Winter Palace that I already told you about. This is the lavender, peppermint, pink sugar, and berries with other notes thrown in. I just had to open that one more time so I could smell it again. So in summary, this is one of my top vendors. I will always buy from the Bathing Garden. Consistently beautiful, excellent product, and works of art. These little clams are just a beauty to behold. Unique blends. I don't know of anyone else that does ginger orange peppercorn. I don't know of anyone else that does Winter Palace quite the way she does. I love the dependable seasonal collections. I love her attention to detail. Shannon has excellent customer service and more affordable wax than many other vendors. So that's the bathing garden, and I hope you will order from Shannon if you haven't already, because I can assure you you will enjoy her wax and her body care products. So thank you so very much for watching. I will come back next week with another vendor, and please stay safe, hug your families, and until next time, bye for now.